Hello, thanks for joining everyone. Hey there, Gary, Ellen. Good, how are you? Hey there, John. Yep, I am officially back. I'm gonna be heading out here pretty soon again, though. Probably sometime towards the end of the month. So, I'll be home here for a few weeks, though. And I'll probably be doing a few more streams, but I'm just kind of coming on tonight because I'm uploading a few videos. So, I've got 3 videos to upload tonight, so yeah, I figured I'd just use it as an excuse to come on and do a quick surprise live stream. I'm sure that not many people will show up, but I don't know how long it's going to take me to upload while I'm going live. I am on the same exact network, so hopefully it doesn't cause any issues. I don't think it will, but I'm not 100% positive, so if it causes some problems, I apologize. But otherwise, yeah. I do have a few new videos out if anybody hasn't seen recently. And I have started putting the official shots, like, oh yeah, no. Probably not a good idea to do it right now, if that's what you meant. Anyway, hey there, Linda. Welcome, everyone. But yeah, I do have a few new videos out if anyone hasn't seen them on the 539 channel. Excuse me. I just took a drink and then I about choked myself. Hey there, Roy. So yeah, we'll see how taxing on the network it is. It shouldn't be that bad. I have a pretty good connection here, so yeah, I guess it'll be a little bit of an experiment here to see what happens. But like I said, I got about 3 videos to upload. They are more from the Cave Hill Cemetery, and then I'm going to have a few more that I'm uploading in a few days here. Hopefully some local stuff as well. Are my plants still kicking? Yes. Oh yeah, I've got tons of them here. I can oh yeah, that's the wrong one. I forgot. I have 2 different height adjustments on this now. Well, not now. I've always have it. But oh yeah, they're doing fine. Yeah, those ones that the light's actually on and you can see. I got some philodendrons, some my neon pothos over there. I have my begonia maculata. I have a few snake plants. I have my big lipstick plant right here. I have my now I think 6'5" monstera. Yeah, my sago palm. I have a ponytail palm at the bottom. A few new plants over here. A few new succulents. I got a. Yes, I agree, Ellen. Plants are awesome. Actually, I'm going to be shopping for plants tomorrow/today, Saturday. But I also got a rickrack cactus. I got a Cissus quadrilaris, which Cissus are vining. I don't know if all of them are vining, but like grapevines are Cissus. So like that's just a different, it's a succulent form of Cissus, and it comes out with tiny little ivy-looking leaves, and it's really kind of cool. Thank you, John. Yeah, I was really excited to find that. That was really cool. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't see it on any of the... I might have just missed it. I do occasionally look at places like on Google Maps and see what photos are there. And I don't know if I just missed it or... I must have just missed it because there's no way I didn't remember it. But yeah, I was pretty happy to find that as well. And yeah, pretty cool. But thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping to... maybe here go to a bigger city. I'm not really sure what I'm doing at the end of the month. I have a bunch of points saved up from traveling over the last few years, and so I want to try and use it up on something. I'm not really sure exactly where to go. It's not going to be super far away because I am trying to plan to get out west here again fairly soon to do hopefully a few collabs with some people, and I've been trying to get out there sooner even, but it didn't end up working out quite as well as what I would have liked, but that's usually how it works, so it's fine. But yeah, I'm not really sure about a destination. I might go back to some place that I've been to before and get some things that maybe I missed, or I don't know. If I could find some place that wasn't super far away that I'd never been to before, but like there's not really that many states maybe within driving distance that are, I mean, I guess, yeah, I guess I've never been to Wisconsin, which is kind of odd, but like that wouldn't be too far away, but I don't think I'd be able to get very far up in there, and I hate driving through Chicago. I love Chicago. It's a fun city to visit, but I really don't like driving through it. So, not that that completely rules out the idea. Yeah, that is an option. Cleveland's not too bad. It is a toll road if I take the highway, but it's not too bad. No worries, Gary. Thanks for joining us tonight. You have a good night. Is it Toast of the Plague? Yeah, maybe. But I am all protected. So, anyway, but yeah, it's not too far away, and it has been on my list. But it's also probably going to be pretty bad weather up that way, and it's actually supposed to get a little bit better this way. So, if I can find something that maybe isn't too bad weather-wise, then that would be kind of nice. I feel like if I go north or if I go, hold on, sorry. Like I said, I am at the same time uploading several videos here, and I need to make sure I am getting the right ones. I wish you guys could get a preview, but unfortunately, oh, that's the Scattering Gardens. Okay, those are the three. All right. But yeah, unfortunately, this computer over here is hooked up to my headphones as well. There we go. Why does it immediately... If I upload multiple videos now, YouTube immediately minimizes it as if I don't need to title them and tag them. Excuse me. Alright. And then I need... Not that. Sorry. I'm going to figure out tags and everything here. Thankfully, they've made it a lot easier recently, so I can kind of just paste from other videos. My bad, everyone. I apologize if anybody's getting bored. If anybody did have questions from any of the previous recent videos or anything, let me know. Is that an LED strip on the... Yes, it is. I used to have a remote sitting around here. I can change it to whatever I want. Occasionally I do. Sometimes I have it like flashing colors or fading or whatever. But yeah, they are LEDs. They're 50/50 LEDs, so they're a little bit brighter than traditional, not traditional, but a lot of the LED strips that you can get from like retail stores. So they're pretty cool. They're not the best LED you can get, but I didn't want to go all out for individually addressable LEDs because it would have been super expensive. It would have been really cool, but I kind of ruled that out. And I think there was one step brighter I could have gone, but I'm kind of happy with this brightness. So Night, Ellen. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. Wow. I don't think we've stepped down. I don't know if anybody's noticing any problems. I've got 12 minutes remaining on the first episode. And then I'm not sure if that's 12 minutes remaining for everything or what. All right, let's just go through here because I'm going to have to figure out what to name these and everything. All right, I'm trying to go back and forth. Cool. Excellent. Whoops. I almost accidentally blocked somebody. That was really close. I tapped the screen way too many times and it offered me to block somebody, and I didn't mean to. I would have. And I think once it blocks, it's really hard to you have to go to their profile and unblock. So I would have felt really stupid. All right. Which one is this? Okay. So, first episode is coming out. Well, not the next episode is going to be coming out Saturday at. I'm gonna put it for 8 a.m. I think. Just so hopefully some point during the day it gives out a decent amount of notifications and everybody is expecting it. Hopefully a few people are expecting it at least. I know the last episode probably didn't perform as well as I would have liked it to, but I don't know. But yeah, let's all right, now I need to figure out a title. This is gonna be interesting. Sorry if this is like the worst stream ever. No smoke so far. Yeah, if my computer's light on fire, that's going to be an issue. There was oddly enough, in the tech industry, there was a motherboard recall because the motherboard was a fire hazard. So, don't think it's not possible. Alright, so I need to go. This is going to screw everything up. Let's do it on this other computer. Alright. Like, I'm editing so much recently that I don't even remember what each individual episode has in it. However, wait, I do have all the thumbnails. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't have to worry about this one. This one is pre-made for me. And I've been to so many locations, too, that I'm starting to mix it up. I almost labeled it Crown Hill instead of Cave Hill. What are we on? Part? Is this? Oh shoot! Are we on? Oh, okay, part 2. Okay. Because the last one was supposed to be part of the statues, but I labeled it differently because it didn't really make sense that way. Because there was really only one tiny bit of statue work there. Alright. I swear this won't take too much time. And then I am going to try and get back and forth with the comments here. I'm just trying my best to make sure I get everything right here. Alright. So the last thing I want is to do a live stream and have that somehow mess up the uploads for 539. Alright, there we go. So that one should be good to go. And then we're just going to wait on it to be done uploading, and then we'll do the rest. Okay. Oops. Oh, the 539 on the wall. Yes, I did that. Yeah, it came, I didn't cut out the 539. It came as a pre-cut plain wood panels, and then I painted them black, and then mounted them, or then mounted the LEDs on them, mounted it on the wall, covered the LEDs. Yeah, it's just set to fade through the colors right now. So I can do it to any of them, but yeah, that particular one, I just kind of like it fading through the colors. I thought it kind of looked nice, so I figured I'd keep it that way. For right now, at least. Occasionally I do change it. It depends on what the colors are, too. Like, when I change it to red, I usually just change the 539 to red as well, because it seems to look better. The red is a little bit darker, so it stands out a little bit, but, yeah. What are we at? 5 minutes left for at least our first upload. I'm not sure if it's the first upload or all the uploads. This should be a relatively slow period of the night for American servers, so there is a possibility that there's only 5 minutes left for all of the episodes, but I'm kind of guessing it's separating it out. I can't see it's kind of weird how the back end works. Anybody that may be a creator themselves probably knows. But, slightly. It's like, I think like 16, 17 degrees outside. But it's supposed to get up warmer tomorrow. So it's supposed to be actually warming up pretty much all night long. So it's going to be nice for the next week. In the high 30s, low 40s. Or high 30s, I should say. So I really think at this point, this is probably going to be almost the worst. There might be another dip in like mid-February, but or the end of January. But it's been another pretty mild winter again for about the past 4 or 5 years. Really, you can kind of see it on my channel. There was a lot more episodes that I did starting about 2 to 3 years ago in the snow. Now, some of that is because I don't do as many cemetery and graveyard locations in the snow, period. But it also just it flat out doesn't snow much around here anymore. Like, we had it for like 24 hours. We had like a few inches. It was like December 21st, something like that. I think it was December 22nd. And then by December 23rd, it had melted. So it was like real quick. So we're at 2 minutes now for the potentially first episode. and then it'll probably take like 3 hours to do its copyright check. But whatever, that's fine. I'm not really in a big hurry or anything, and I really don't have anything to do tonight other than hang out with you guys. I'm gonna be trying to fulfill, since we're doing 3 episodes tonight, so the first episode is going to come out, well, obviously, as you can tell with all the new episodes, if you've seen the recent episode, the Scattering Garden episode, now we're going to have consistent episodes for as long as I can keep it up, hopefully the next, 6 months at the least. I'm going to be, like I said, I'm uploading three more episodes right now. I'm going to be uploading, hopefully, about 3 more episodes midweek this coming week. And then I'm going to be heading out on the road again while the weather's kind of nice and in the upper 30s here. I'll be heading out on the road and doing as much as I possibly can locally. I'm hoping to get, if I can get as many as I want, I'm hoping to get at least 15, 16 episodes in over the next couple of weeks. Just the nice, cool little country, hidden country locations and things like that. And then possibly later at that, like I said, at the end of the month to do a little bit bigger of a trip to use up some of my points and get some more maybe mausoleum stuff. So there should be a bunch more mausoleum stuff coming out here pretty soon. And then yeah, and then like I said, I should be heading out west, and I'm hoping to do about 3 or 4 collaborations. Excuse me. As I cover my mouth and then burp directly into the mic instead of that. Anyway, yeah, I'm hoping to do a couple collaborations with some people that I've worked with before, as well as some people that I have never worked with. So, hoping to hit up California again, Nevada again. We'll see about possibly Idaho, depending on how busy Ryan is from RJ32. I'm not really sure. He's a busy man these days, but definitely check out his channel, RJ32. He's about to pass his 100,000 and get his first play button here soon. So that's pretty cool. And I think he's about 4,000 maybe away. I might be wrong. It might be less now. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so he's about to pass his 100,000, and yeah, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, if he's not too busy, I wouldn't mind popping over there if I can, and doing that again. I'm not going to be... Oh my gosh. Well, we're running into our first issue for whatever reason. The copyright checks could not run. Okay. Thank God it started over. So stupid. Anyway, see, the weird thing is that they ask me about other stuff, like anything from adult language or sensitive subject matters, things like that, and then based on how well I do, how accurate I assess myself, they'll trust me for certain parts of monetization. But like for the copyrights, even though I almost never have any chance of having copyrighted content on my videos, it'll still sit there and check instead of like taking my word on it. But it's a weird system. But it is slowly improving. I will give them that. But why in the world it failed the it didn't fail. The system failed to finish for whatever reason, which is strange. So I may be screwed in the sense that I may have to actually not. We'll see. Hopefully it says 3 minutes left right now, so it's looking good so far. So hopefully it fixes itself and kind of goes through here, because I really would like it to finish, because it's completely uploaded. If it keeps failing, I'm just going to have to delete it and then re-upload everything in the morning, which will take 3 times as long. Oh, I can see that it only was the first episode that finished uploading. I don't know how. It doesn't tell me well, it does tell me the percentage, but I can't read it. Anyway, hopefully I'm not boring anybody. So yeah. But yeah, that's my ideas for spring and summer, California, and going out west, and probably doing that again. It skipped for a minute. Maybe it is the live stream. It shouldn't be the live stream. Well, the uploads could be interfering. The copyrights definitely. I don't know why that. I'm assuming that anybody's saying that has anything to do with that. Anyway, but yeah, yeah, it might be having a little bit of an issue. Yeah, when I do the mausoleum series, that's kind of the way I do it. I go to a place that has quite a few, and then I'll spend like the entire day as soon as I get there until the place closes, filming, and get as much as possible, and then break it up into smaller parts. So yeah, and depending on, obviously, well, I guess that goes without saying, but some of the locations I've been to recently, I haven't gotten quite as much as I would have liked to, but yeah, I'm hoping to maybe get to some larger cities, and maybe be a little bit more productive, because I feel like there's some places that I could go to that I feel like I could easily film a few days in one location and get like 20 episodes. It's like there's a lot of places out there that are really huge and really old cities, and I just need to make it to some areas like that. And it wouldn't be bad to have some local guides as well that might actually know about the area. But oh, there it goes. Okay, excellent. The copyright check worked. Because I knew I had there's no way I had copyrighted content on it. So, alright, are we literally good? This is the time when I'm concentrating on 2 things at once, where I end up screwing up. Okay. The schedule is correct. Oh, crap. I know what I need to do. I need this. Shoot. There we go. Even though that's not that great either. Okay. That helps. What? Sorry, I have to quickly edit some of my tags, I think. Kind of. Alright, I think that's good. I've been trying to eliminate my overlay ads, the really annoying ones that pop up on the screen. So I've been trying to turn those off every time. And occasionally I'm turning off the pre-roll ads just so that people can kind of watch the video for a little bit without being hit in the face with advertisements immediately. Although I can't do that on every one because, again, these trips really are quite expensive. So, somebody said the other day that they were going to subscribe to me, but there was ads playing, so they just couldn't do it. I was like, you realize how much money it cost me to do this every year, on the order of thousands of dollars. But not that I'm saying anything to you guys, but it does irritate me slightly when people say stuff like that. Alright, 2 of them are 100% uploaded, and one of them is 9% uploaded. And, okay. I was going to say it wouldn't let me edit the others, but it will let me edit the others. Alright. So the next few should be really easy then, I think. Make sure I'm... Yep, okay. So pretty much these 3 at least, which I'm not sure if they're 100% coming out in order. So just because I say, like I said before, the schedule is going to be Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. Saturday and Tuesday episodes from now on. So we have decent amount of episodes now that are uploaded, so it's not like there's going to be a break, but I'm not sure what order everything's coming out, so I'm not saying that we're getting all of the statue episodes, the Crown Hill or the Cave Hill statue episodes out of the way this week. So yeah, just so that everybody knows, it may change. Right now I'm going to have them come out in a row, but I may end up switching that up. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. Okay, see, this is the stuff I like, though. I like the fact that I can reuse details now, and it makes it so much easier than having to, oh, did I upload a thumbnail? Yes, I did, okay. See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, and then I need another thumbnail. No, I don't need to know what a thumbnail is. Alright. I think they're pretty good thumbnails, too. I kind of wanted to make them look similar so they would all be connected and everybody would know. And then, but I wanted them to look different enough so that people didn't think they were seeing the same episode and got confused. So I kind of slightly altered them, but kept them pretty much the same style. But some really, really cool thumbnails. I'm really actually happy. Although I usually am. I will say that. Although YouTube does not always agree. Although I think that's changing too, because it does seem that it is supposed to learn over time, and I think it is slowly starting to learn that some of my thumbnails are decent. So, alright. We're going to do... Alright, I'm going to leave the pre-rolls on for this one. Alright. Well, yeah, I'm definitely not going to try and burn myself out, although I kind of have over the last few days, but my idea is that because of everything that's happened over the last few years, I've kind of taken as much time off as I could anyway. And even though things aren't completely back to normal, I kind of would rather kind of beat myself up this year in an effort to like get back to where I should have been, and also progress. I have so many things that I want to do and goals that I wanted to achieve here, and so I need to quickly catch back up, and that's what I'm trying to do at this point. So this year I'm kind of just going to be a workaholic. Last few days, I think I was up till like 7 in the morning a couple days ago. I was up till like 5 in the morning last night. I'll probably be up till like 3 or 4 at least tonight. I might go to bed a little bit early. But it's kind of me anyway. So, and I like creating. What I'm just trying to do is get to a point where I can branch out. I need 539 to get to a place where it's on autopilot to a certain degree. Not completely. Not like I'm ignoring the channel or ignoring you guys or anything like that, but more just that, it's like I always know that I have, at least a few weeks worth of videos ahead of me, that are not just a few weeks worth of videos, but a few weeks worth of videos uploaded and edited and scheduled, so that I'm always ready to go and always ready to do something new, to do a new project, to do something that might promote the 539 channel more. Like I was saying, the Clips channel, the Twitch stuff, the Road Trips channel, stuff like that. Even the music and things like that. So like, yeah, I need to get to a place where I can actually achieve that instead of continuing to just talk about it over and over. But because of everything that's been going on over the last few years, it's just been so hard to even justify getting there. Nor did I often have, despite the fact being, mostly alone. It's like I still was busy doing other things, and and this year, especially the holiday season, was pretty busy, even though I was not really seeing anybody besides immediate family. So, but yeah, and that's why I had so many hiccups with the episodes too. It's like not because of them, but because of just everything that was going on. I kept not remembering which days were which, so it was like I'm promising to have an episode out, but it's like I didn't realize I was promising to have episodes out on like Christmas morning and like New Year's morning, essentially. So like, yeah, it just kind of caught me off guard because I was so busy doing everything else, and yeah, but yeah, I'm kind of making this the year of not only catching up, but just achieving all the goals that I want to achieve. Like, whatever that takes, whatever I need to do to promote it. Like, it's like if the algorithm's not going to work towards me, I'm going to find a way to overcome it. If I need to promote, if I need to post the schedule on every single video and do a hard schedule every single week, no matter what, for the next year, like I said, Tuesday, Saturday, every single time, no missing a beat, always having, like I said, several weeks worth of episodes already uploaded and ready to go, then, and then if that's what it takes, that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I feel like will get me to the point where I can get all the rest of this done. It's like I need a good, 3 to 4 weeks ahead of me where I know I don't have to do as much, where I can sit down and start, Twitch streaming every few days and doing uploads on other channels and doing trips to do, it's like if I go to California, I'll probably be doing a decent amount for the 539 channel for sure, but like I also want to start filming some for the other like projects that I want to do as well. So I want to be able to split my time up to where I'm not focusing 100% of it on the primary channel and on this channel either, because like I've said to so many people, it's like, there's a small core group of people that come on here, and it's it's fun to come and hang out, but I'm not 100% positive that because of the algorithm that YouTube's ever going to let this channel grow. So I'll probably just continue to let this channel be what it is and just kind of come here and hang out and answer any questions, and then do the majority of the content creation uh, on 539, and then the alternative content creation on Twitch and like I said, the other channels. So that's kind of where I am right now in terms of my plan for YouTube. But if for whatever reason I am going to try and do, like I said, more live streams, so that it does allow me to monetize, like I said, because my other thought is that the YouTube algorithm doesn't really affect channels too much until they're monetized, and so by doing that, it may actually allow this channel to flourish and become, something legit, and maybe actually do some of the podcasting and series like that over here. So I'm just not sure. We've always been fairly close. It's like I'm within, a few good live streams of being qualified for the monetization program that I'm for odd, which is really odd because it's literally under the channel's under the same email address as 539. So I don't understand why I can't be grandfathered into the system, because I'm already monetized and I've had millions of hits on YouTube. So like, I don't understand why, because my second channel is small, they can't just be like, oh yeah, it's the same thing, it's the same guy. But apparently it doesn't work like that. So I have to wait until I get some odd, I think it's like 2,000 hours, and I'm like I've been like less than 1,000 hours away for like 2 years, but for whatever reason, I just haven't gone live enough to pass that goal. So yeah, I'm gonna start hopefully doing at least a couple a week over here too, just for the fun of it. Probably just late night live streams just like this, and talk about random stuff. But not to say that, I mean, it's really kind of what my plan is for Twitch too. It's kind of going to be like a variety show about the other stuff that I like, including travel, but just not about cemeteries, not about graveyards, nothing like that. It's going to be all about, travel, talking to other travelers, tattoos, talking to people about tattoo stories, talking to tattoo artists, talking to, alternative culture type guest and things like that. So, yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. But like I said, I'll probably just use this to continue doing what we do here, and then if it gets to the point where I can do that, because I feel like even the 539 people, because there's so many people over on 539 that don't even know that I do this, and I feel like that because of the way the algorithm works, if I could at least monetize this channel, then it would start to promote this channel to the other people. Not that I'm worried, because I'm not going to make any money off of this channel anyway, so I'm not really worried about the money, but it's like, at least I could have people know about it more, because it's like the algorithm will not promote things that are not monetized. Essentially they say no, but it kind of is the way I understand it. It's like it's kind of a yes and no situation. Hey there, Lori, welcome to the live stream. Good to have you here. Good to see you back. Well, I think we got another one completely finished. We are just processing the HD version. Okay, oops, almost included the annoying ads. I hate overlay ads. And the thing is like, creators don't make barely any money off of them, so I don't know why YouTube even still has them. They're completely like, you make more money from the display ads, and they're much less intrusive. It's It's like when you just have a ad pop up on your screen in the middle of watching a video, especially if you watch from like a PC or like a Mac, like it's like in the middle of the video that it like takes up the bottom like eighth of your screen. It's so annoying. All right, I think we're good. I should have created a custom playlist. I probably will in the future, but I need to get things rolling. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, schedule is... Oh, and like I said, Tuesday episodes will be 11 a.m. Basically, since Eastern Standard Time, to anybody out there that may not know what time zone I'm in. So, yeah, not January. Tuesday episodes will always be at 11 a.m. Saturday episodes will always be at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that you can convert it to whatever time zone you may be in. Like I said, if you're not aware of the conversion, just type it into Google and it'll let you know. But yeah, I figure 11 a.m. In it kind of over this direction, well, everywhere, but meaning specifically to it's like lunch break time, so I feel like it's like most people kind of get up at around 8 or so, and then they're maybe at work or they're at school or whatever, and I feel like they can't really do much during that time. So I figure if I release it a little bit later on Tuesday, it's going to work out better for the algorithm, and then on Saturday it's kind of just going to be there waiting for people. There's some early risers, there's some people that wake up late. It's just going to be there at 8 a.m. and waiting. If you wake up before that, then I don't know. Let me know on the comments. If enough people say, "Hey, I wake up way before 8 a.m. and I want to watch it before that," or they are living in time zones where, that's a possibility, then let me know. But unless I see a ton of people say it, I feel like it's going to be better for the algorithm just to leave it around 8. All right. So, all right. That looks good then. HD is complete. Schedule is complete. What am I missing here then? I feel like I'm forgetting something. I think we're good. Video element? Okay, no, I did that. Alright, 2 episodes are done. And all 3 are 100% uploaded. Let's see if the checks are still running on the 3rd one, though. Reuse details. Excellent. Okay. Oh. They're so adamant about paid promotions. And for this one, we'll turn off pre-rolls. Just to kind of give everybody a break. Add suitability. Sorry. Alright. Save. Check suitability. Okay. So the checks are still running on that one, but otherwise we have 3 episodes completed. As soon as the checks are done, all I have to do is hit schedule, and I am done. And then, like I said, tomorrow I'll be going doing a little bit more plant shopping. So if anybody wants to hang out tomorrow, or I guess Saturday, technically it is Saturday, but later today again, I might do a plant stream. I don't know. I also might do a dual stream and do the Twitch thing too. So not sure how it's going to play out, but I think it should be a pretty good day to try some stuff because I won't really have anything else going. I'm going to be heading out on the road Monday to start filming, and then I'm going to be filming pretty much all week long, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, probably. Hopefully that results in quite a few episodes. We'll see how many I can get to every day. But like I said, we have quite a few episodes coming here. So did we just... All right, checks are complete. Make sure I haven't messed anything up there again. Details. I forgot to. That's fine. All right. And we are scheduled. Boom. All right. Oh, shoot. I screwed that one up royally. Go to this one again. Did not do a thumbnail. All right. Of course, YouTube decided to... What in the world is it doing? It is freaking out right now. Okay, we're good now. All right. Okay, sorry. This was freaking out there for a minute. It acted like it was having some issues. We're good though. Okay. Go ahead and close that. Almost yanked my phone off the desk. Okay. So we got those done. All right. I was thinking about taking a quick break here, but I don't know. I'll hang here for just a second. I'm trying to think if there's anything I forgot. I don't even know. I know there's plants that I'm forgetting. Oh, I did have a cactus that I don't... Oh, I think I showed that cactus. I'm not really sure. Is this? Sorry, I'm also checking plants. I need to move my nepenthes here under my grow light because they do okay. It's doing fine. It's really healthy, but the winter doesn't... It's a tropical plant, so it's not used to really short days. So it is kind of suffering a little bit. So it's all of its new pitchers are really slow growing, and it's starting to shed its one really nice big pitcher here. But the plant's doing fine, but it needs more light. So I'm probably going to hang it underneath my grow light back there. And that way it will hopefully grow some new pictures even though it's winter time. So, but I'm going to have to do a daytime stream because I did do a whole lot of work. I have a bunch of not new, but a bunch of my cactus that I had to move out of here because I didn't have room anymore. And I ended up putting a brand new, it's like a basket shelf that I attached up here. And so I put a bunch of my cactus that I didn't have room for back in here now. And I have a bunch of new room for hanging stuff now. So I'm going to be hanging a few of these cactus that are sitting up here. I'm going to be hanging them up. And then, yeah. And then I'm going to be getting a few more things too, because I'm going to be clearing up this space completely, and I'm going to have room for a few smaller things. So I might pick up a few smaller hanging things tomorrow. I might do a few smaller like Hoyas or something. I have a cool Hoya already. And I was hoping to get one of the curly Hoyas, but I don't know if they're going to have it in stock or not. But there was a few cool ones that this plant shop that I go to from time to time in a nearby city is, or that was not a sentence. But yeah, at any rate, this person has them, and they're really cool. So I'm hoping to run into a few things tomorrow. I think I've gotten pretty much all the philodendrons I can handle at this point, that I need at this point. There's a few vining ones that I want to get, but I'm going to have to wait on a few things. And again, I feel like I'm missing stuff. I have so many plants that I just don't know what I have shown everyone and haven't shown everyone. And then again, I don't really know that anyone even knows that I talk about plants on this channel, so I don't know how many people. There's a few people that are interested and whatnot, but I need to promote it more if I'm going to do that over here. But at any rate, sorry, I'm trying to think of like 3 things at once now. I'm trying to think if I need to take a break, if I need to get something to drink, if I should continue talking about plants, and if I'm boring the ever-living you-know-what of absolutely everyone. But, yeah, I think we're going to keep going for a little bit. We're just about to pass the hour mark right now. Again, if you're, not again, I haven't said it yet. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Appreciate you guys being here. If there's something you want to know about, I'm not trying to make this a boring stream. Make sure to ask in the comments. Oh, I think I might be missing some people. Sorry, guys. Good night to John. I think John left a while ago. My apologies. Thanks, Laurie. Appreciate that. Yeah, that means a lot to me. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I try to make meaningful content that people like, and I think sometimes it hits the mark, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I think, like I said, that it's not necessarily that people don't like it, it's for whatever reason they don't get their notifications or whatever, so that's whatever. But yeah, I'm going to keep trying to put that out there, and hopefully more this year. Hopefully we can get back into some of the old swing of things and not only do the 2 cemetery graveyard episodes every week, but also have the brand new road trip series going. So, and like I said, I'm not really sure where that's going to be located. I believe it'll probably end up on YouTube. That's my guess. If for some reason that changes, I'll let everybody know. There is a possibility that it could change. I do have a few ideas in mind for what I'd like to do. I don't know how that'll work out, but if for some reason it's not going to be on YouTube, I'll be letting y'all know probably first. And yeah, but I mean it won't be on Twitch, obviously. Twitch is not really that type of platform. I do want to do some travel stuff on Twitch, as I've said in the past. I would like to do some streams where I hook the camera up and actually take everybody along with me while I travel, actually on the road. Obviously, that's a little bit more difficult in terms of answering questions. Obviously, I've got to be safe while I'm driving on highways and back roads and wherever. So, it does kind of make it complicated to answer questions, but I do believe that it's I think it's kind of interesting, at least me personally, and especially if I can get it set up so that I can actually go way deep out into the country, into the places that don't have really good reception, but still be able to pump out a decent live stream. I think that'd be pretty cool. And with the technology that I do have, I think that it's possible, and I think that I can make it happen. So it's just going to be a matter of getting the right equipment and setting it up correctly, and which I think that would be kind of an interesting thing in and of itself, because I don't know that many. There's a lot of tech channels on YouTube, and there's a few channels that talk about similar subjects, but not very many that kind of focus on that. So I think that'd be kind of an interesting idea to focus on one of these channels. I don't really know, but yeah. I guess I will say once again, I do have, if anybody does the TikTok, I do have TikTok now. There is some unique content up there that has never seen the light of day on YouTube. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure to do that. And I think you can actually go to the website. I've never actually used the website. I've only used the app. But I from what I hear, you can just go to the website, which I believe would be, if it works like YouTube, it should be tiktok.com/539productions, I believe. I don't know if that's how it works, though. I really have no idea. But yeah, there is some unique stuff on there, if anybody wanted to check it out. All right, I think I'm just going to take a quick break so I can at least think of something else interesting to say. And if anybody has any questions in the meantime, post it. I can look back at the old questions. I'm not going to be gone long. I'm going to probably just go grab a new pop real quick, something cold, and then head back up and finish this live stream here in the second hour, or however long it ends up going. But I'll be back here shortly. Give me, like I said, 5 minutes or less. Yeah, I apologize once again. I am back on the phone, so I can't make it go to any music or anything. You're just going to have to stare at the 539 sign changing colors, and hopefully you're up there enough that it makes you stay with me. Anyway, all right, I'll be right back. Alright. Well, I'm back for a minute here. Thank you for waiting. Okay. So yeah, it's kind of looking like things are probably going to die off here. I will stick around here for a few minutes and see if it picks up here again, but it is getting late. And like I said, we will have a episode out here in 5 hours and 25 minutes. So if you're seeing this, make sure that you don't miss the new episode over on 539 Productions YouTube channel. And once again, appreciate everyone for being here tonight. Despite the fact it was a very surprise late night stream, and I know that a lot of people, at least in the American audience, are going to be going to bed. And I know that some of the people around the world have other stuff to do. And so, yeah, here we are. But once again, to recap, to anybody watching this now or in the future, we will be doing a hard line schedule of every single Tuesday, every single Saturday from here forward on 539 Productions. They will be cemetery/graveyard episodes. We're adjacent, sort of like the scattering garden, which is pretty much the same thing. So just so that we can reiterate, or I can reiterate that to everyone one more time, that way everyone kind of has it in their head that that's when, hey there Brenda, welcome, the new episodes will be from here on out. That way we can be algorithm proof. So Tuesdays and Saturdays, no matter what. And like I said, we have, hey, Happy New Year. Thank you, appreciate that. Yeah, happy 2022 to everyone. This is actually the first live stream of the year, even though kind of unexpected. I will do another more official one here soon. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for being here. Even though I know I surprised a lot of you, and then obviously the breaks bore people, especially when I have no music. And as I've said before, I haven't set up my OBS yet, but I'm probably going to be setting it up for Twitch here anyway, so I'll probably end up having to figure out something else for YouTube for a little while at this point. But like I said, not to worry, I won't be eliminating YouTube live streams at all. I'm just going to be doing the podcast material on Twitch, and then I'll be doing the Hangout streams here still. So I'm going to take this channel for a little while longer, see how far it goes, see what happens, and yeah. But I'm going to give it at least another year, at least until 2023. We'll get it to the point where I can monetize it, see if that affects the way that YouTube is promoting it, and if it seems like this channel is a viable source of material for the internet, then we'll post some more stuff over here and do more curated type content, sort of like I've been describing about Twitch for the last probably about a year or so. So we'll see how it goes. But I gotta do a lot more streams on here. I need to do a lot more streams on Twitch, and so that's why we're kind of putting the 539 experience on a little bit of an autopilot, just sort of I'm doing a lot of episodes all at once in terms of filming and editing, and then I'm uploading, and then just sort of letting the schedule ride for a little bit. It's not too far ahead, but so everybody will still be able to follow along with me. It's not like, I'll be popping up in random cities while I'm, in some cases probably, but for the most part, it's going to be a journey that everyone can follow along with still. So it's not like it's going to become so detached from everyone else that you guys can't enjoy the experience with me and come here and hang out and ask questions and and know when live streams are going to happen from on location or while I'm in a hotel or whatever it is. We're going to still, to the best of my ability, keep things pretty current. However, like I said, sometimes it still might happen. Sometimes I might be, in one state in the 539 episodes while doing a live stream from another. So, but it's never going to be so far in advance that you guys don't know or understand what's going on. So, I'll make sure of that for sure. But yeah, at the very least, I just want to make episodes just. I just want to make it abundantly clear, to everyone when the new episodes will be, when they can expect them, no matter what, no matter if their phone goes off or if it doesn't go off, if the notifications screw up, it's just sort of a, don't trust anything you hear on your phone, don't trust anything you see on your home page. Just go to 539 Productions main page and see if there's a new episode, because if it's Tuesday, there's going to be a new episode, and if it's Saturday, there's going to be a new episode. So that way I can just rely on the schedule to sort of be its own notification. That way, no matter what happens, everyone knows what's going on. And I'm still going to be updating people on other platforms. I still do a lot of updates on Instagram, so if anybody's ever wondering what's going on or if there's a delay, then just check there. But in terms of 539 Productions, there's not going to be delays from here on out. So, because like I said, there's all the episodes are going to be uploaded ahead of time. So like right now, we're quite a bit ahead. So, and by the time I get done traveling this next week, we're going to be quite a bit further ahead. So, it's one of those situations where that's not going to be a problem. But if for some reason there's delays in other areas, Instagram is definitely the place to check. And like I said, other than that, I do TikTok. I have a Facebook. I don't really use it other than whatever happens on Instagram happens on Facebook. So if you're more into Facebook and you'd rather see that content on Facebook, check out Facebook. It's 539 Productions. If you're more into Instagram, check it out on Instagram. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to pop up everywhere. I don't know that the stories, I think I set it up so that the stories go too, but I don't know if that's how it's working or not. But I've pretty much otherwise given up on Facebook. It's just become like every Facebook group is just filled with either bots, trolls, or people that just do not care anything about what the group's about. It's just all one big social club for anything and everything on every group, no matter what the title of the group is. And so it's just become ridiculous. So it's like everything that comes through on Facebook, like I said, is just my Instagram content. So you can take that in whenever and however you please. And I know some of you are on neither, and that's fine too. I do intend on having other ways to see my content like that. I am trying slowly but surely to get a website up and running. I think the hardest part about that is going to be the name, because pretty much everything is going to be taken at this point. Like I said, at one point in the past, I don't remember how long ago it's been, but I did check into getting 539.com or 539 something, and at that time there were a few available for a fairly cheap price. I think I found 539.co for like $30 a year, and I ended up putting it off, and then a few years later I checked on it, and one of the they're sort of like scalpers, I guess. These people sort of pick up these high profile, I guess, site names, and then they sell them for more money. And so the site had went up from $30 a year to 5,000. And so I was just like, I'm not going to worry about it for right now. And so I've been ignoring it ever since. And yeah, if I end up doing it, I'm not sure what the name of the site's going to be, but it's if I get lucky enough that somebody drops the name, then I'll probably pick something like that up again. But otherwise, it's going to have to be 539 something, or I might be able to find some other. They're creating so many more domain names now that I might be able to find something, but we'll see how it works. But but I would eventually like to sell more prints and have a functional website where I can have other material. I'm not really sure how exactly I would use it, but for sure I'd like to have more of my photography featured and things like that, because I don't feel like I've noticed one thing about Instagram, and that's that as many amazing artists as there are on Instagram, Instagram is really not about art. And you'll notice that, it's just more of a popularity contest, and the people who have the most followers are not typically the people who, in some cases they are, I'm not saying always, but typically they're not like the people who are out there just trying to promote their artwork. They're typically just the sort of, at least on Instagram, I'm not trying to insult any one person or saying there's anything wrong with this, but they typically are just that stereotypical sort of Instagram star that it's not any one thing, but more of a reality series on certain people's lives. And so, unfortunately, just putting good artwork out there rarely gets you anywhere on Instagram, except for a bunch of channels or a bunch of accounts contacting you asking to use your artwork so that they can get famous. So it's another slightly frustrating site, but oddly one that I am slowly beginning to respect more and more is actually TikTok, because no matter who you are, you can get good views. I've got, it's like my TikTok is definitely doing better than this channel, like for sure, 100%. My TikTok is doing better than this channel. I don't know how many followers I have. I haven't checked recently, but it's definitely view-wise doing much better than this channel. Probably not overall, because I haven't done as much there, but in terms of just being sort of like a site where anyone has a chance to get ahead, I'd say it definitely is, because there's people doing all kinds of stuff and getting crazy amounts of views. And it's stuff that would otherwise be niche. Yeah, I like it, honestly. I know that people kind of think that it's cringeworthy, but I think that's more of the sort of typical content that you see that gets, a lot of views because it has a young audience. And, since it was the company that created, I think it's the same company that created Musical.ly. And so, you do get that side of it. But on the other side of it is this really amazing creative community. And, yeah, it's more short form content, but it's there's a lot of good stuff there. I know I'm there. Xavier from Cryptid Hunter is there. I think he just passed 100,000 followers not too long ago, if not more. I can't remember how many he's up to now, but he's doing amazing over there. I believe. Um, um, let's see. I've talked about Cryptor on my YouTube channel a few times. Um, well, one time I believe, and he is primarily over on TikTok. That's how one of the ways that I found out about him, and so yeah, it's just it's kind of a cool. It's really neat. I really, as much as people kind of hate on it a lot, I really don't find that big of a problem with it. Yeah, hopefully I wouldn't mind getting together with him sometime and doing a collab. That'd be kind of fun. I know he lives in the Bay Area, and obviously I have a friend that lives in the Bay Area as well. Well, I have several friends that live in the Bay Area, and um, yeah, so it'd be fun to kind of get back there and then maybe do kind of a big collab with some people. So we'll see how it works out though. But thank you, Brenda. Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be fun. It's a cool area to explore too. It's a big place. I think a lot of people think, people say Bay Area, and they always think of San Francisco. And the Bay Area is really a bunch of different cities crammed around the bay that have become all this one big urban area. But it's a lot of different smaller cities combined. So it's kind of a misconception that it's all San Francisco. But yeah, hoping to make it back there. Hoping to touch base with a few of the friends again here. Do some new collaborations, and hopefully some brand new projects as well. So it should be an interesting year, that's for sure. There's been a few hiccups here and there. I have been getting quite a bit done, so everything should begin to smooth out here now and take its final form here. And hopefully, like I said, by the end of the next few months, this whole new schedule, this stricter schedule for 539 will really kind of kick into gear. Yeah, I've noticed that for whatever reason the internet in this area just sometimes it just stops. I don't know what. I have no idea why, to be perfectly honest, because it's not prime time internet usage here. So it shouldn't be that there's an overload on the network. But yet, every once in a while, it'll be late at night and I'll be watching like a TV show or whatever and it'll just randomly like cut out. So, yeah, I have no idea. So, I don't even, anymore I try not to think about it until I can get a high speed, well, it is high speed, but I mean, until I can get like a gig service line, I'm not even gonna mess with it. But I've got pretty decently fast internet, so I don't know why it does that. They could be working on it, but because it doesn't usually happen, even though it does usually happen to me, like personally. So I don't really know. Yeah, they do IT departments tend to do overnight maintenance to minimize downtime for as many people as possible. So it is possible that they're doing something. I don't really know. I wish they would notify me. That would be nice. But that seems to be fairly low priority unless it's going to be out for like 24 hours or something. It is also incredibly cold. It's been incredibly cold over the last few days, so if something is not shielded properly, it could potentially have some issues that they're having to run out and fix right now. So, who knows? But I'm not really anticipating being on here too much longer. I've noticed at this point that, especially late at night in the Eastern time zone, once I take the break, it's like, and I get that initial drop, the algorithm just assumes it's done and then just never promotes it anymore. So, yeah. Yeah, I wish they would give better notice, but yeah, I'm just not sure at this point that there's enough incentive for a lot of businesses. There's almost an incentive in the opposite direction, I think, in some ways, to be less customer friendly. I don't know that it even matters anymore, to be honest. If you ever noticed, like, if you look at the, look at the top rated worst or worst companies in customer service, and you'll notice that oftentimes they're some of the biggest companies in the country, and at least in the United States. Hey there, Blue Zen. Thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah. So yeah, that's kind of an interesting situation. But yeah, I don't even know where to go from here because, to be honest, like, I kind of went through everything I think already. Oh, there was something I forgot to. What am I saying? Oh, I did get a new grow light, but I don't think that's that interesting. I don't even know if you can see it from here. I shouldn't say I got a new grow light. I made a new grow light. But you cannot. No, you can kind of see it. It's just looks like it's part of the Monstera. I have a grow light right there. The lights, those are my grow lights. Those are for the plants. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I just replaced the one. I had my one grow light go out just a couple days ago, and I had to emergency ship in a new one. My palm does not like to go without it. It would not be healthy. So, but yeah. I've been getting quite a few new plants recently. I listed a few earlier, but I've got the Cissus quadrilaris, which is a succulent ivy, kind of. It's a succulent vine related to grapevines. I got a rickrack cactus. I have a new Hoya, string of turtles. I got I don't know how long it's been since everybody's been on streams, but I got Euphorbia amic, Euphorbia cactus bones, Euphorbia rubio. I can't remember the other one. Excuse me. I've got a blue star fern. I have a new barrel cactus, a bigger barrel cactus. I know I'm missing some. I don't know. And I'm probably going to buy a few tomorrow. But I just installed a bunch of new shelving and places to hang plants, so I've got a little bit of room right now. I know, forgetting about them. Well, then cactuses are your plants. That's what cactus is like. Forget about them as often as possible, and you will keep a cactus alive and healthy and happy for quite a few years. So, like, some of my cactus I haven't watered for like 2 months, about a month and a half, I guess, now. A lot of them don't like to be watered at all during the winter. My my Euphorbia amic, which is a big succulent, I watered it once a couple weeks ago, but I'm going to let it go probably to the end of the month, probably to February, before I water it next. The string of turtles? Yeah, I can grab it. Whoa, I almost spilled my pop. Alright, I think it should be lit well enough. I don't know how well it'll focus, but this is my string of turtles. It is a Peperomia. It is Peperomia prostrata. So, prostrate, not prostate, prostrate, getting flat. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. It kind of likes it up there. It had a little bit of die out, but I think I went a little bit too far without watering it. But it's really cool. Kind of looks like a turtleback. This phone doesn't, or this YouTube app does not like to refocus. So I apologize that the focus is not really good. But yeah, it's really cool. It's a neat one. And Peperomias are a fun one to grow, and I've had pretty good luck with propagating Peperomias, and I replanted one that my mom one of my mom's Peperomias a few weeks ago, and it's been doing really well. So I don't know about this. I've never tried to propagate one of the turtles, but I'm assuming it's going to be almost as easy. I'm hoping, at least. Actually, let's see, where can I hang this for the moment? Without yanking this out. But yeah, I don't know if anybody's ever seen that. When I'm talking about my Euphorbia amic, it's my big dude. This is the amic. During the winter, it needs to be watered about once every 6 weeks. So, and it is not a cactus. It is a succulent. And it is white. It's a Euphorbia amic variegata, I believe, because of the white. You see it's got a little tiny bit of green up at the top. So it does have a little bit of chlorophyll in it. So it does actually get energy still from the sun. Oop, spilled a little bit of rocks there, but I saved my phone. But yeah, that's a fun one. I have no pets, just plants. That's all. I have in the past, but I don't currently. With traveling as much as I do, it makes it way more convenient. I can leave the plants, a lot of them, at least. Anything that I can't leave that needs watered too often, I can take over to my parents and leave it there, and then not have to worry about it. So I don't mind dogs, cats, anything like that. They're fun. They're cool. But in terms of like for myself, I it would be somewhat inconvenient, especially for my style of travel. I'm not exactly pet friendly on the road. I'm sort of either I'm constantly stopping or I'm like driving for incredibly long periods of time. So I feel like my travel style would be slightly stressful on an animal. So I wouldn't want to do that unless I was like traveling like with an RV or something. And for right now, that's just not going to happen. I'm not really a big vehicle type person. So yeah, but yeah, I don't really look to have anything like that for some period. Maybe in the distant future. Yeah, and I have traveled with pets before, and it's yeah, it's rough. Um, you're really having to keep an eye on them and make sure that they're comfortable, and and obviously it's harder for them to say exactly what they need, so it really does make it a excuse me, a somewhat rough experience unless you're really used to it, and some people like it, but personally, I don't think what I do would be compatible with it. But maybe at some point in the future, who knows? But I will occasionally watch pets. But well, one at the moment, but like that's it. But yeah, nothing permanent. So yeah, there's a lot of RGB in here. So it kind of glows. It actually looks a lot better on it. This is a terrible camera. So this is actually worse than what it normally looks. Like my light looks way overblown, even though it's turned all the way down. Like that's not the level. If I turned it all the way up to the grow level, like it would just blow out everything. And then like the colors are not very vivid on this camera. So it kind of looks like the 539 is just always partially white. But like it gets a lot deeper. I'll have to, one of these days I'm going to have to switch the camera around. But that'll have to be for next stream. Because I would need to pull up the website so I could actually see chat. And it's getting late enough that I'm not going to bother with all that. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate the compliment, though. I've been working hard on the room to make kind of a hanging garden / whatever the heck this is, spaceship looking thing. Yeah, but yeah, unfortunately my front facing iPhone camera doesn't do it quite the justice that it should, but it doesn't look too bad like this though. Yeah, I'm big on ambience, aesthetic value, creating a mood to things. I like things like that a lot. I like film noir, things like that, kind of moody movies. So I wanted to bring that into this. Although I was originally expecting this to turn into more. although it still may with Twitch. So yeah, which is probably better anyway. So since I changed my Twitch name from Mystery to 539, I guess it makes much more sense. Although I did think of adding in Mystery at the bottom and like some sort of metallic, and then doing like, because I'm pretty good at doing like calligraphy type stuff, so I could do like, I was thinking of doing like a big cursive Mystery in a similar way to my title screens on the full episodes on this channel that pretty much don't exist anymore, but the past ones are obviously still there. But yeah, I may still do something like that. Right now the chair's in the way. That's going to be changing here soon since I've changed my plants around. I don't know if you can kind of tell. I used to have a bunch of Boston ferns back here, and I just didn't like it there. So I ended up relocating them up there, and so I have nothing there now. So I'll probably end up putting a bunch of snake plants back there at some point because they're a little bit better low light, and then during the summertime that actually gets quite a bit of light and is like directly in the sunset for a few hours. So like during the summer everything will do really well, and then during the winter the snake plants don't really care. So, but I already have a few snake plants and I like them, so I figured that'd be a good investment for that area, and it would look cleaner. The Boston ferns, it's like I walked by there and was moving the chair so much that the Boston ferns were just shedding like an animal. So it was like I was vacuuming every few days or picking up leaves. And now that they're up and getting better light up there, they're healthier. They're not dropping as many leaves. They look a lot better. And yeah. Thank you, Blue Zen. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, and thank you very much for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. And have a good night. Yeah, I love snake plants. Snake plants are really neat. There's a lot of different varieties. They've kind of had an interesting history too, in terms of that for a long time they, I believe especially these were considered Sansevierias, I believe. And now through genetic testing, most snake plants are considered Dracaenas, which another famous Dracaena is the lucky bamboo. I do have a few lucky bamboo back there. I don't know if you can kind of see it, the little squiggly guy right here. That's one of the lucky bamboo. That is a Dracaena. And then I have another Dracaena down further, but I'm not going to mess with the camera right now. So yeah, a lot of snake plants are Dracaenas now. Previously, I believe, Sansevierias. Yeah. And I've been trying to look for a trailing one, but they've been out of stock at the place I usually go to. There's some that kind of come up like mine, and they're really big, kind of bunny-eared looking ones, or whale-tailed looking ones. And then there's some that are really small and kind of have like little Pac-Man looking shaped leaves, and then they kind of replicate over and over and sort of look like a hanging plant. So I'm trying to get a hold of a few of those. Yeah, Dracaenas are an interesting one. They can be anything from very easy to somewhat picky. A lot of them like incredibly bright light. The lucky bamboo don't really like really bright light. They like a decent amount of light. I do sit them right next to my grow light, but they're pretty far away, so they're not getting very much of it, but they're getting enough of it and enough natural light that they really love it there. And they also hate temperature fluctuation. But they're another interesting history. Any lizards hanging out? No, but I have had lizards in the past. I've had a few chameleons, but I do not have any living thing other than plants. Well, that is a good question, Nikki. It does look like it should have a few. But yeah. Yeah, the Dracaenas are also kind of temperature picky too. Rubber plants. Yes. Ficus. I have a ficus. I don't have a rubber plant. I don't know what variety of ficus mine is. It is listed the same as, why can I not remember? Every time I go to try to remember it, I always think of ponytail palm. But anyway, it's not that. That's not a ficus. But anyway, I do have a ficus, but I do not have a rubber plant. But those are really neat. I like those. I lost track of what I was going for. I was gonna go somewhere with all this. But I think I've said this before. The lucky bamboo actually, I believe, it was popularized in China. It's not bamboo, but it actually is, I believe, a North African plant. I believe it's like native to like Egypt and like I can't remember what other countries, but I think it's native to Egypt, possibly. I can't remember, but I believe it's North African. And then traveled along the Silk Road, made its way into China, got some decorations in the form of like red ribbons, and became a lucky plant associated with like, luck and money and fortune, things like that. But not originally from China. I should get a lizard. Maybe someday. I don't think it would like this environment. But there's enough plants that it probably would like the plants. But I already have carnivorous plants, so I don't need any lizards to compete with my plants. I already have a pitcher plant, and it can eat bugs. So I think it would just compete with the lizard. I have air plants. I have, hey there, Shauna. Welcome to the live stream. I have tillandsias. My mom has a bromeliad, a flowering bromeliad. Tillandsia's flower. I don't know that hers is. Are there bromeliad air plants? I know her bromeliad is not an air plant. It's just a flower. But mine, I have tillandsias. It is way over there with the lucky bamboo. And I'll try and grab it here in a second. But I only have one of them in here. I'll grab it real quick, actually. Hold on. Alright. This little guy is well, he's not little. He's actually fairly big. Medium size for a tillandsia. There's some big tillandsias. And then this one is kind of like right in the middle. But it's putting off some new growth. I just got some fertilizer for it a few months ago. And I've been trying to fertilize it. I got an organic fertilizer. They don't like a lot, but they do like to be fed, and they do not live on air. You probably know that already, but a lot of people out there think that they live on air, and they do not live on air. They're just called air plants because they typically hang midair or hang in the trees, Anyone that's been to Florida has probably seen air plants. They typically hang, what is it called? Wow. I'm missing something. Hey there, Faye. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, were you here already? I hope I didn't miss you. Spanish moss, that's it. The Spanish moss, when you see that hanging from the trees in Florida, that is an air plant. So it doesn't have any roots. It's not, well, they do have roots, but they're not connected to the tree. They're not part of the tree. They're a separate living plant that survives off of moisture in the air as well as rainfall and other things like that. Hey there, Amanda. Thanks for joining the live stream. Good to have you here. But yeah, oh yeah. So yeah, he's a pretty big good. I've got a few smaller ones. I want to get one of the bigger ones. This space is not the greatest for air plants. For these size, they're pretty good though. Sorry, my battery is getting a little low. Even though I started at 96%. I need to start hooking up permanently to a power source again. Oh, Southeast Texas. Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about that you guys would have that too. But yeah, that's really cool stuff. I love it. I want to actually grow some of it. I really thought it'd be interesting to use it as just as like a window shade. I thought it'd be kind of cool, since it would absorb the light and get the energy off of it, and then it would prevent all the harsh light from getting through. But I think you would have to probably, like on this window, I have a diffuser, so I can put almost any plant that likes indirect light. I can put it directly in the window and it doesn't hurt it. So yeah, they're air plants. They get all their nutrients from the rainwater and drain off from the trees. So yeah, their roots, the roots of them only, if they have, I don't know if those have roots. I know that a lot of air plants have roots, but if they do have roots, they don't get any nutrients. Sort of like the carnivorous plants, they're only used to dig into whatever medium they're growing in, and they don't get anything from them really. They just wait to get the minerals from everything around. Some air plants grow on rocks too, so like as the water runs down the rocks, it'll take some of the mineral content with it, and then it'll hit the air plants, and then that will feed the air plants. So, but yeah, Spanish moss is a air plant native to the United States. There's a lot of exotic plants in the U.S. that people don't realize are here. Pitcher plants being another one of them. Now, the Nepenthes, I don't think, there might be a native Nepenthes to the United States, but I know the other species, there's an American pitcher plant, which is, I can't remember what the species is, but its common name is American pitcher, and I believe it can even survive some pretty harsh winters. So if you're looking for some mosquito, whoa, that's weird. Oh, I've been going for 3 hours. Have I really? 2 hours. Okay, I knew I set my screensaver so it wouldn't go off so often. But it must have been 2 hours that I set it up at. I forgot about that. Anyway, yeah, I can't remember the species name of the American pitcher, but it's a pretty cool thing. I'm trying to actually get a hold of some of those. I would like to start growing some of those. But yeah, anybody that wants some natural mosquito control, you can put that in your yard, and then they will naturally fill with like this sort of digestive juice that smells really sugary. And so if you're in an area that has a lot of mosquitoes, it's a really cool thing, because mosquitoes look for standing water to lay their eggs in. Well, if they fly into a pitcher plant to lay their eggs, they're going to die. And so it would control the spread of mosquitoes, and especially in parts of the world that suffer from mosquito-borne illnesses, it would be a way to sort of control it in your local area at least. A very local area. But yeah, if you're looking for something that can go in your backyard, potentially, depending on soil and everything else. But like, yeah, you could have a carnivorous plant that eats the mosquitoes. Oh, sorry, I missed some comments. I'm sorry. Any tips on repotting carnivorous plants? It depends on the one, but a lot of them like boggy. A lot of them like peat moss is a lot of like uh, um, what is it? Venus flytrap. I couldn't think of it for a second. The Venus flytrap, which grows in like the southeastern United States, grow a lot in peat bogs, and so really wet peat moss is good for a lot of them. Some of them grow in a little bit drier of soil, but I believe the Nepenthes, I've been growing mine pretty wet. I have it in a non-draining pot, and it seems to like it. And anytime it's dried out, it's kind of wilted almost immediately and looked pretty unhealthy. So it seems to really like the wet, even though I've seen a lot of people online say that the Nepenthes are not supposed to be in bog-like conditions. But the person that I bought it from said it was, and it really likes them. So I don't know. I have it in a non-draining pot. It is soaked most of the time, and it absolutely loves it. But again, it depends on the plant too. But like Venus flytraps are supposed to be the same. They want to be in kind of a wet, soppy kind of, not sopping wet, but like a pretty moist, peaty type mixture for the most part. But I would check on your individual species though, and yeah, kind of go with that. But fly traps are kind of fun. I've grown fly traps in straight sphagnum moss too, and they've done pretty well. For whatever reason, none of the insects around here liked them though, because they the thing with carnivorous plants is they put off like a little bit of nectar, and the nectar attracts the insects, and the insects are supposed to go in and get caught. And hey, welcome back. So, but yeah, for whatever reason, the insects in this area did not care about whatever nectar was on the Venus flytraps. I put it next to a mint plant once, with mint plants get pollinated by flies and bees, and so there's always a ton of bees and a ton of flies everywhere. And so I put it next to it, and nothing happened. And then I moved it away, thinking maybe the mint was too powerful of a smell, and they weren't. It was like, you know, if they're near it, they're gonna only care about the mint. I moved it away, and nothing landed on it. I think I only caught 1 or 2 flies throughout the entire summer, and I kept it outside. It loved the lighting. It did really well in the light. It kept growing new growth, but the new growth would always die out because it would never get any insects. Now, despite the fact that there would always be insects around. There was even a spider that started living in the sphagnum moss at the very top. And it was also under a light, and so at nighttime I would turn the light on so all the bugs in the area would swarm, and it still would never get any bugs. Like, I've never seen a Venus flytrap be so unsuccessful in my life. I don't know if there was something just wrong with it from the get-go, but it grew really well. So, but it would not attract any bugs whatsoever. So I really don't know what went wrong with it, but it ended up dying out midway through, I think, August. After surviving for quite some time, and doing really well. It was like it got a few bugs right off the beginning, and started flourishing and growing because I combined about 3 different ones, a few of them that weren't doing too well, and kind of nourished them back to life. And then, yeah, everything went south, so it was kind of disappointing. Yeah, pitcher plants would definitely be one to do in Texas then. They would love it. the thing about pitcher plants that's cool too is because since they're open all the time, well, some of them, like mine, my variety has like a little hatch at the top, but it doesn't open and close. It's not like a fly trap. So the pitchers can get multiple bugs at the same time, and other animals. They I think they've been known to get small mice. They've been known to get frogs even occasionally. They'll get wasp, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, and the American pitcher plants are really cool looking too. They're more like a flower. These have like the little pitchers look like flowers, but the American pitcher plants are pretty tall and actually look like a giant flower coming up, and so they're pretty cool. So it'd be really good for a yard. But I'm not sure on the zoning of it, what they like in terms of care. But I would be willing to bet that there is a variety that would grow in Texas. If not, there's an already growing variety in Texas. Although I can't guarantee that. But there's a lot of cool stuff in Texas too. A lot of cool cactus and succulents. So, but yeah, and there's some succulents too. I don't know that they grow natively in the southwestern U.S., but there is a flypaper succulent, and it's a really neat looking one. They look really familiar. There's ones that look similar to it that are always sold at places like your big box stores, and they're sort of like a rose petal looking succulent. But there's a carnivorous variety of them. I don't know if they're actually related, but it's a succulent variety that has sticky leaves, and the flies will come in and they'll stick to the leaves, and the plant actually, the leaves will digest the insects and survive off of the insects. So, and you get a cool succulent that will grow outdoors and probably would do quite well to anybody growing in the southwestern type areas, or in the southern areas. If you're in a more moisture rich area, you can do other stuff like even cactus. A lot of times with cactus, if you live in a place that's incredibly moisture rich, you can you can put the cactus into a container and have really loose soil like lava rock or perlite, things like that, that just kind of let the water drain through immediately, so that it gets very little water every time it rains, so that it's the equivalent of like one big watering over the course of time. So a lot of people can get stuff like that to grow if you're in a more moisture rich area of the south. So, but yeah, I love succulents and cactus. I never thought I really would, but I really have gotten into them quite a bit. But especially euphorbias. The euphorbias are just a fun bunch because they're so different from one another. Yeah, the pitcher plants would probably really love it, and the succulents would probably need, if they're outdoors, the succulents and cactus would probably need a real loose draining soil. But it's still possible to do. Or if you live in an area with a lot of rain, and you can put it on like a covered porch or something that's like south facing, or even a really bright north facing. If you have like no obstructions and you get a ton of light and it's sort of like northwest facing, you might get away with like a cactus in that, since it's outside. Cactus like direct light though, so be better off on a south facing, because even if you get the awning above, you can still have that direct sunlight coming in during the day in that southern hemisphere there. So, but yeah, as far as I know, stuff like that will still work in the really humid areas as long as you do that. So, some ideas for people that live in humid areas but you like to grow outdoor cactus and succulent. You just kind of change your potting medium, and it'll probably work for you. And of course, there's always the ability to go with a tropical cactus, because not all cactus are desert cactus. Not all succulents grow in areas that are without an abundance of water. So there are jungle succulents and jungle cactus. I believe the rickrack is a jungle cactus and likes more water. What other jungle cactus do I have? I know I have another jungle cactus in here. Oh my. Wow, I cannot. It must be getting too late because I can't think. Anyway, yeah. A lot of the jungle cactus will grow in like the cracks of trees. So they'll grow in very loose soil, and they have high potential for water storage, sort of like air plants in a way. A lot of air plants are kind of chunky at the base, and they can hold a little bit of water, but they still live in an environment that's really rich in water, and they like to get water a lot. So there's a name for it. I can't remember. Gistidius? Something like that. I think it is tree growing. Wow, what do I... That is really irritating me. I have a few plants like this, and I can't think of any of the others right now besides the rickrack. I feel like I'm going insane right now. Oh yeah, my drunkard's dream. I forgot about that. It was just out of reach, but it is doing really well. But it's a tree growing, I believe, tropical cactus, and it's like it's a succulent, but it has small little leaves, but it's they're like thick, round, almost tic tac looking leaves. So I don't know about. I almost want to say your donkey's tail and burro's tail. I would think that those would be too, the way they hang. But I'm not sure. Anyway. Oh yeah, there is one somewhat near me. It's probably, I don't know, 10, 15 miles, something like that. It's been many, many years since I've been there, but I have been there. It's kind of, I think it's like a pyramid-shaped one too. It's kind of cool. But I would love to go there sometime. Maybe if I start doing more plant content to the point where I can get invited to places. But I don't do too much plant content, but I would like to do more, maybe even on Twitch. I'm not sure that plant content works live, since plants don't really move or do anything, unless there's a few things. I'm not sure how interesting it would be. There's definitely some cactus things I could do in terms of, there's a few cactus that only bloom like between 2 and 3 in the morning. There's a few cactus that only bloom every few years. But like stuff like that. Sorry. Another low battery warning. But that's okay. We'll have to end this here pretty soon anyway. But so stuff like that I think would be semi-interesting. Maybe some replantings. I did have one idea, which was a long shot, which was to open my own plant shop and then live stream from there every day, and then have that sort of being some of the part of the shop that not only could you come in and buy really cool plants and stuff, but also it'd be on stream 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you could kind of come in and be part of the stream, or come in and share it on your own social media or stream or stuff like that. So that was kind of one of my interesting ideas, but we'll see how far that goes. Yeah, I've been looking around for places that would be rentable, but I haven't really found anything that I'm looking for. Well, I haven't found anything, despite all these local businesses that have closed over the past year. For some reason, in my specific little area, uh, nothing is closed. Like everything is just hanging in there, which is good. I mean, that's really good for them. Well, thank you. I appreciate the support. Thank you, Nikki and Brenda. Uh, yeah, I would love to. That's it's a dream of mine. I have a few really cool ideas, and I wouldn't. I'm sorry, I cracked my back there. That looked really weird. But anyway, um, yeah, I've been out actually actively looking for places. Not sure exactly how I'm going to make it happen, but I've got a few really cool ideas about it that I think would be really interesting if it did happen. But yeah, that's another idea sort of in the works. But that may come to fruition. It may not. I'm not really sure. It obviously would make it harder to travel. Um, Although I do have potentially local people that would be willing to help. The Shangri-La Gardens in Texas. I think I have heard of that. I think that I might have seen a video on that. I'm trying to think of the channel. I think that Summer Rain did a video on there, I swear. And I think I saw her video. I can't remember 100%, but yeah, I would love to. There's actually there's an old cemetery behind it. I was going to say there's a cemetery in Texas that I want to visit. The Moon Man grave or whatever. I think it's called the Moon Man grave or the Spaceman grave or whatever. It's a really fascinating tale. One of the first UFO sightings recorded in American history in the 1800s, long before plane travel. And this town claimed that a flying saucer came down from the sky, crashed into the ground, and then there was a man inside the craft. And they brought the man out, and he had passed away, and then so they buried him in Texas. And to this day, you can go and visit the only, to my knowledge, the only official grave in the U.S. dedicated to an extraterrestrial that crashed in the 1800s. It is in Texas. You can look it up. There's plenty of pictures if anybody wants to look it up. And again, it happened, to my knowledge, before, I think in the late 1800s, so it would have been before, not air travel technically, because they were doing like balloons and things back then, but it would have been before airplanes and things that could move quickly. So the fact that this town admitted that this happened and it was in the newspaper and they claimed that an extraterrestrial crashed in a ship from the sky and that they discovered his body and buried him in the cemetery is very odd in a time that had never heard of. I mean, not that it had never happened in the past. For obviously, there have been plenty of reports in history of people reporting unexplained objects in the sky, but to be such a very modern rendition in such a very old time is very odd. That it matches up the very popular sightings that we have today to the T before there were aircraft in the sky that could cause people to accidentally see UFOs. So it makes one think, at the very least. I can't remember it. I'd have to. Hold on. Let me see. I might be able to look it up. Because I think I have it saved on my maps. Oops. If I don't, I'm not going to kill my airplane here. Hold on. Alright, we're going to check here real quick. see what I can find out. I'm almost positive that's it, I think. Okay. What? Okay, there we are. Aurora, Texas, right outside of Fort Worth. And it is the Aurora Cemetery. Let me see if I can find it. And read the inscription on it. Sorry, I'm reading something real quick, and so I can find it. Okay, the legend that... Okay, yeah, so... Why is it not saying the year, though? The gravestone... Oh, no, which is... There's so much information on this. The legend that... Okay, the site is also well known because of the legend that a spacecraft crashed nearby in 1897, and the pilot killed in the crash was buried in Aurora Cemetery. So, in 1897, a craft crashed, according to the authorities in Aurora, Texas. A craft from the sky crashed into the ground in Aurora, Texas, and in the craft was found a pilot, and the pilot was buried in the local cemetery, and reported to not be human. So, there's that. So there is a extraterrestrial grave in Aurora, Texas. Which kind of makes one think, like, of all the graves over the years that they've exhumed so that they could get more information about what happened to the person, it would seem that of all the graves to do it to, that would be maybe the single most important grave to ever exhume ever. Like, why they wouldn't dig that up and test that, I don't know. Like, and I'm not the biggest fan of that sort of thing, but like at the same time, if you have even the potential, even the most minute possibility that this town in Texas in 1897 was telling the truth, then that would be the single most important discovery to ever happen on this entire planet. So, like, the fact that they haven't at least like dug it up and like tested the whatever DNA was even there, if there was anything, to verify if it was human, if it was non-human, if it was an animal that can be identified, or if it was an unidentifiable life form. Like, that's seems logical, but I mean, obviously, I'm sure a lot of people doubt the story, and it may very well be a publicity stunt. But the fact that it was done so early in such a not that, like I said again, it was not completely unusual for people to report strange things in the sky, for sure. But like, to describe it in such a way as to match up with reports that really did not become popularized until around the World War II era is what is very bizarre about it. That it really, that description, that famous sort of flying saucer description and alien life form description is something that really got popularized after World War II. And the fact that there was a rogue occurrence in the late 1800s is very strange, to say the least. So either it's one of the most, I guess, unexpectedly lucky prank, in that, lo and behold, a few decades later, it would actually become a popular theory, or somewhat conspiracy theory at the very least. And so, if it was a prank, it was somewhat very future minded and very lucky, but at the very least, very odd. Like, that someone would have thought of that. Yeah. Well, I think that would have been long before Lockheed Martin. And if Lockheed Martin was around during that time, then they would have not been doing aircraft. I can promise you that. But yeah. But yeah, I definitely want to get up there, and it's quite a distance away from me, but it's definitely doable. It'd be about the same as the California trip. But yeah, I can't say I would never have been that far south before. Well, that far south I would have been, but I would never have been into that state and that far south in the state, I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of talking out of my head here, but yeah, that'd be a cool one though. I mean, one of the most unique cemeteries probably in the entire world. I mean, I don't know anywhere else that has that. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but especially with those exact details, you know, pre-major air flight, pre-airplane. So very, very odd. Would not have been impossible for it to be something else. There were hot air balloons, and I'm not sure if let's see, if airships would have been around at that time or not. It would have been pretty early, I think, if they were. But I know there were hot air balloons for quite a while, and so there was a possibility of something, but it is very, very strange and very unlikely that it would have been that somebody saw a hot air balloon crashing and discovered something that they didn't think was human. So I don't know. I would say it's either, in my mind, I would say it's either true or a hoax done to attract people to their town, to generate revenue for the town, things like that. You generate a media frenzy and you can get people to come and stay in your hotels and shop at your businesses. And so it definitely would not have been unusual for, a small town to try and create some sort of publicity stunt in order to attract people to their town. So it is definitely possible that it's fake, but I think just the likelihood that it's mistaken identity is unlikely. Same thing with like Roswell. I think it's the same kind of, not definitely the same situation, but like a very similar situation in that it's either a huge hoax or it's true, because like the in betweens are just what's impossible. It's like it's not a, it wasn't a, whether it's true or false I don't know, but it wasn't a weather balloon. Like like that's ridiculous. Like including like the reportings in the newspaper, the fact that literally the military said, "Hey, yeah, we admit it. It's 100% true. Extraterrestrials crashed on Earth." And then like a couple days later they retracted and they said, "Just kidding. It's a weather balloon." So in my mind, it's either like, I don't even know. In my mind, it's not a weather balloon though. Like, it's one of those situations where it's like it's definitely not the in between. There's definitely no chance it was a weather balloon with crash test dummies. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But like, it could be, I guess not a hoax, but like, it could be something else, I guess. But it's definitely not what they said it was, and it's weird again that they absolutely 100% omitted it. Hey, yeah, we caught a crash down flying saucer. We're transporting the bodies to Texas now. By the way, we were just kidding. It's only a weather balloon. Like that is really bizarre. So the Marfalites, yeah, I've heard something about that. I don't know a lot about it. But yeah, I'm definitely not a big conspiracy person. I think that probably the vast majority of reports like that, UFOs, ET sightings, I'm sure that they're probably mistaken or potentially false and done for attention. But I do think there's a few things out there that definitely stand out. And I think the science behind it, the thought that there's other planets out there that support life is pretty concrete. Like the fact that there's almost no chance that there's not. And there's almost no chance that life isn't completely abundant in the universe, you know. I mean, if you want to really talk about it, probably I think the number one most abundant thing in the entire universe is hydrogen, which is one of the key ingredients in making water. And so one of the most abundant things in the entire universe is water. And if life, even a certain small percentage of life, likes water, then what do you know? There's a lot of it. So there's almost no chance that there's not life out there. So there's definitely a small chance that maybe it's discovered us and maybe it visited. That's just scientific. But until you have 100% concrete truth or proof, you can't really say. So, but I do think some people are dismissive about it. That does make me mad. I do think some people are dismissive about it in the scientific community because they fear that they won't be taken seriously in other places. So, anyway, that's my thoughts on that. I'm not getting into a big UFO conspiracy theory chat tonight, but I just think that's interesting. There's a few things that stand out and are definitely abnormal. But yeah, that's definitely one of them. And Aurora being a cemetery, I think would be a really interesting addition to the channel. So, yeah. If I can make it down to Texas at some point this year and check that out, then I would love to do so. If I do, I'm going to try, and I don't know if I can convince him to do it, but I was thinking about trying to get Xavier from Cryptid Hunter to go with me so that he could do like his little investigation and yeah, kind of do a collaboration down there and see what we can dig up. Maybe bring a few people down there. I don't know who all I can attract to go that distance though. Some of my friends live a little bit further away, so I'm not sure how that's gonna work out for them. But I might be able to attract a few people to go, especially for that. It seems like an interesting one to do from a lot of different angles. Like if I could get Ryan from RJ32 to come, I'd love to get him to bring his like metal. He's got a bunch of metal detecting equipment and things like that. I'd love to get him to come down there with me and see if we can get permission to like metal detect it. Since it's not considered a human grave, I don't think it would be considered disrespectful to use